Quick disclaimer from the start, if you haven't watched the fists only Halflight guide, I would highly recommend doing that before watching this video. Even though you're not planning to do fists only, it contains some vital information about his AI, and it could help you understand the boss better with the following guide on how to do it with no upgrades. That being said, we will discuss in the video, which will be NG+7 and no upgrades, no infusions, no augs. So no storyteller staff. The strat is almost the same. There are only few differences. For example, the Dragonstone is missing, and I will explain that as the kill is going on. I will pause at some moments and then explain what is happening and why certain things are done. So the fight starts out the same. You go up and you place the prism stones. That is explained in the other guide, which will be in the description. So the first thing to look at is the equipment that will be used. That will be the rapier, the dagger, a parrying tool, I chose the Kestis, and also the prism stones from earlier. You also have the rings. The essential ones are the Hornet ring and the Hunter's ring. The other two are up to you. Because I tried out other strats before this video started, I had the Knight's ring on. I would replace it with Flynn's ring. Other than that, the Lloyd Sword Ring of course also boosts damage because this is supposed to be flawless. You can also have the Estus ready in case you're being hit by the orbs. Now the main strat is to parry the one-handed phase and use the rapier to keep him at bay in the two-handed phase. We'll see that as the fight goes on. It starts out pretty simple. He draws out his bow, which is a bit unusual. He usually starts with the ground spears. So this is the standard strat, lure it over, dodge the arrows, wait for him to come closer, and parry accordingly. In this fight, I had to deal with the two-handed phase only once, though I will explain what the core concept is of that phase if it comes up. Now obviously you can't actually do the guard break loop because you don't have the Dragonstone, so just bait out his attacks and parry them. Make sure that there's enough room behind you because he may walk towards you, and that is of course something that might hit you if you can't outspace it. Now the purpose of the Hornet Ring is not only to deal extra damage, but it is mainly to extend the time where you are invulnerable. Using this strat, he not only spends a lot of time on the ground, which may cause the orbs, the Spear Affinity, to instantly break when they spawn, but also if they spawned before the animation started, the animation will trigger all of them before you are even able to be hit. That is because of the dagger riposte. Now obviously your damage will be a bit higher. He has 40% more health on NG+7 than he does standard, so expect 5 ripostes, reach phase 2, and go from there. The parries are mostly the same. You mainly want to bait out the R1 follow-up. You can also parry the R2 follow-up, though be a bit careful, it may be followed up by an R1 and that is a bit too quick to parry. Now you saw right there that the orb spawned inside the ground. That leaves us 18 seconds. Now this is pretty standard. He rolled away and cast ground spears. This will keep him at distance and he will draw the bow. This will also reset him and set him into the one-handed phase, which is what we want. If he attacks with a parryable attack and there are orbs above him, then you can still go for it because the parry iframes are actually still there. They activate if you have done a successful parry. Do not try this with parries that may not follow up. Now, sadly, because you don't have the Dragonstone, this is a common occurrence. He will simply just walk left and right with his shield up. Make sure you stay close to him, otherwise he will go into the two-handed phase by rolling away. As you do the riposte, you do make a step forward. However, so far I haven't figured out if the Guardian actually sees you in that position. Make sure you aren't too close to the border as you're doing the riposte. Now here you saw an attack he did right after standing up. This is why you try to run away or keep distance right after you riposte it. So that is not necessary in the fists only fight. It is necessary that you try and parry as much as you can. If you do not parry an attack that could help you out, then it may result in him simply rolling away and equipping two-hand. Now he actually equipped two-hand it there, and that's when you switch to the rapier. You one-hand the rapier and you interrupt his attacks that are going towards you. It is similar to the fist strat where you punch him twice, except you try to spam it so he rolls away. If he approaches you and does quick slashes or R2s, also interrupt those right after they happened. The rapier does not have too much reach, so make sure you stay close. However, you are faster than his attacks, so you can still do these consistently. If he rolls towards you, he will usually do a quick slash. I don't recommend parrying those, because he may result in a backstab. Here it worked out. After a while he cast the ground spears, and that will cause him to go into the bow phase. Now the rest of the fight is pretty much the same thing. There is not much new to learn here. As I mentioned before, he only went into the two-handed phase once for me, so that was a rather easy kill. Keep in mind that the rapier does have shorter reach. It has killed me multiple times when I attempted this, simply because I wanted to get the hit in early. Make sure that the hits do get in rather than they get in as fast as you can. And that pretty much sums up the no upgrades infusions aux experience of Halflight. It is a rather easy fight, I would say. It requires some parrying, but in itself it is only a short fight. This was only 7 minutes, not that bad. Hopefully this made some things clear. If it did, then good luck fighting him without upgrades, and I will hopefully see you next time.